We're going to make a cheesy broccoli soup right out of a Southern Living Christmas recipe book that we've had for years. Put that water back on there. It was getting almost hot. What you're going to need, it's real simple. You need one package of broccoli, florets. This thing is about a little over 12 ounces. You need one can of Campbell's cream of chicken soup. A half a cup of onions, quarter cup of recipe calls green peppers. We're using red peppers, we think they're sweeter, and 12 ounces of cheddar cheese. We changed the cheese. The recipe calls for, I'm going to put this broccoli in the pan while it's boiling. The recipe calls for a 12-ounce block of processed cheese, which is maybe Velveeta, and we're going to use cheddar. And there's 1.5 tablespoons of butter, and we're going to cut the temperature down and put this quarter cup of red peppers in there, which won't take very long for them to saute. And we're going to put in 6 minutes on the broccoli to go. Won't take pepper long in this. And then we're going to put in half a cup of onions and saute those and be back in a minute. Well, the peppers and onions are sauteed. We're going to put in 1.5 cups of milk. It's probably a little over 1 cup of milk, and the rest of it is half and half. The cream of cheddar soup. And it requires 1/2 a cup of water. Be back when I've got that in, and I'll rinse out this can and get all the soup out of it with hot water. We cut the broccoli down to simmer. You can notice it on the stove there instead of high. This has been on about 7. If you take hot water and put it in your soup can and slosh it around, you get all the soup out of it. It only needs 1/2 cup of water. We're using some of our frozen cheese up. We try to watch the dates on it. And I'm guessing at 12 ounces. And all you have to do now is stir this up. When the soup's done, drain it off, pour it in here. Stir it up, bring it to the temperature you want to eat it at, and it's done. Get a little magic button going off. That means the broccoli's done. We will drain it. All I have to do is bring it up to temperature, keep hitting the camera, I hadn't locked it down, and eat it. Easy little recipe and a great tasting soup. And the salt is in the soup and the salt is in the cheese. That's why I didn't call for any recipe salt addition. You can do that to taste, and we do put a little pepper in it. And individually salt it to taste. Cheesy broccoli soup. Thanks for watching. Well, tonight we're having cheesy broccoli soup and these butterfly center cut pieces of pork that are individually done rather than the two hooked together as a butterfly. And we're going to have rice with it. We just turned these pork chops over, and you see they're browning a little bit. We take a gallon Ziploc bag and put some just regular flour in it and salt and pepper, and we just put these in. We put a little salt and pepper on them, put them in the flour, shake them up, get them coated. That's just enough to get them that little crusty taste on the outside. I reckon that's why Southern cooking's the best for you from a taste standpoint. But fried foods aren't the best. We broil a lot of stuff, but tonight we're frying them. And the nice thing about that is you can get the air out of it and roll this thing up, put it back in the freezer, and use it next week. And if it gets too glumpy, you can either sift the flour or start over. These center cuts are very done. You can just take a nice little sharp knife and usually if you put it in the fattest part of the meat, the thickest. And then you look for the fluid to come out. It'll rise, it'll percolate up. And if you see any pinkish color to it, you might want to cook pork till at least it's done. See, I don't know if you can tell by the color, but right there I stuck it. It's just ever so slightly pink. See, I can wipe the pink off. So maybe another minute and they'll be done. If it came no greater than that, you'd have to be longer than that. And dinner is served. And my bride will take one of these to work tomorrow, and I might eat one for lunch tomorrow or eat it for supper tomorrow night. That's all, folks.